Hey, what's up everyone? Dimitri here. In this video, I'm going to break down Anthony Edwards' shooting form. Ant-Man has improved his shooting numbers across the board since he entered the league. His field goal percentage is up from about 42% his rookie year. His threes are up from 33% his rookie year, and his free throw percentage is up from about 78%. In this one, I'm going to show you the different pieces of his jump shot, including the changes he made to his form since his first few years in the league. These are the mechanics that make up the shooting form of Anthony Edwards. Alright, let's dive in. Let's start with his shooting stance. Ant's ideal stance is right here. He's well balanced, and his feet are a little wider than shoulder distance apart. His left foot is in line with his left shoulder. His right foot is outside his right shoulder. This causes his right knee to collapse inwards. Now, in games, and depending on the type of shot you take, you're not always going to be able to get to your ideal stance. But when he can, this is Ant's default stance. The other part of his stance is he points his feet to the left. Pointing his feet left turns his whole body to the left. His head is facing the basket, and you can see that the rest of his body is not facing that same direction. It's facing more to the left. By turning left, his shooting shoulder is now further ahead than his left shoulder. It's closer to the basket than his left, which makes it so that he doesn't have to shoot across his body. So his feet are pointed left, and also his right foot is ahead of his left foot, or closer to the basket than his left foot. And this goes hand in hand with the shooting shoulder. Shooting foot forward, shooting shoulder forward. From here, Ant jumps to shoot, and he jumps pretty high on his shots. He gets a lot of elevation as he shoots. The next thing I want to show you is how Edwards holds the basketball. Ant puts his shooting hand in the middle of the ball. This can vary, but his preference seems to be having his fingers perpendicular with the seams, and positioned so that the bottom of his fingers are laying over the seams. But his fingertips are not. His fingertips are on the leather. He's also got his fingers spread. Fingers perpendicular with the seams, fingertips not crossing the seams, and fingers spread wide. As for his guide hand, he's got that over to the side of the ball, which is where it'll stay until he removes it right before his release. As for his grip, Ant lets the ball sit in his palm. You can tell by how he puts his hand on the ball here. Here it is from the side view. Ball sitting in his palm. Okay, from his shot pocket, or where he holds the ball to start his shot, Edwards begins his shooting motion by dipping the ball down. He starts with the ball a little below his waist and above his knees, and over to the left side of his body. And then he dips the ball down and away from his body before lifting it up to his set point. Down and away. This is his lift path. It's the path of the ball from his shot pocket to his set point. It's from the left side of his body, where his shot pocket is, to the middle of his body, where his set point is. Okay, the next part of Edwards' shooting form I want to show you, his set point. Your set point is that transition point in your shot after raising the ball into the air and right before you start shooting the ball towards the basket. I'll play it all the way through. Watch the brief pause. So at this point right here is when he reaches his set point. What I look at with the set point is where is the ball located, and also what's their form look like at this stage of their jump shot. As for the location of the ball at Ant's set point, Ant has a high set point, meaning he brings the ball up above his head. The bottom of the ball clears the top of his head. As for how far back he brings the ball, that's changed since his rookie year. Since he first entered the NBA, Ant changed his shooting form a bit. The first thing he adjusted is how far back he brings the ball at his set point. Here's how far back Ant brought the ball in his first couple years in the league. The back of the ball is over the back half of his head. Here's how far back he brings the ball now. The back of the ball is over the front of his head. It's over his forehead, basically. So Ant doesn't bring the ball as far back anymore at his set point. He still brings it up above his head, but just not as far back. Why make this change? Well, for one, it speeds up his shot. It takes longer to bring the ball back behind your head. And this new form definitely looks smoother too. It's more efficient. There's less wasted energy. In the 2024-25 season, which was the first season he strictly used this new form, Ant shot a career-high 39% from 3, up from 35% the previous season, and 33% his rookie year. And as I'm recording this, so far in the 2025-26 season, he's shooting 37% from 3. So this change in his form has definitely helped him shoot better. There's one other thing that's different with Ant's shooting form now. Look at the angle of his wrist with his old form. It's slightly flexed back. Not much, but enough so that his shooting hand is facing up and forward a bit. Now look at his wrist with his new form. Not only is his wrist not flexed back anymore, it's actually flexed forward. Here's another look at it. Wrist flexed forward. So now, with his wrist flexed forward, his shooting hand is facing much more forward than up. To me, at your set point, you want your shooting hand to face either straight up or even back and up, like Luka or like Dirk did. You'll get more arc this way. When your shooting hand is facing forward at your set point, now as you go to snap your wrist, the ball is going to go more forwards. Watch the ball go like this. That's a very flat shot. When your shooting hand is facing up or back at your set point, now as you snap your wrist to shoot, the ball has to go up to leave your hand, which means you're going to get more arc. Ant had his wrist angle in a better spot his first few years, but with this new form and his wrist flexed forward at his set point, it leads to more flat shots. He still does get good arc on some of his shots, but it's inconsistent. Overall, he shoots more of a flat shot now. This is from the current season, 2025-26. Watch the trajectory on this one. And now watch this one from his rookie year. That one's way higher. Here they are again. I'm going to pause these at the ball's highest point. Again, Ant's shooting percentage has gone up since he adjusted his form, but I do believe if he got back to flexing his wrist back at his set point instead of flexing it forward, he'd get more arc on his shot, and his percentage would go up even higher than it is now. Okay, the other part of Ant's set point, he holds the ball in the middle of his body, and that didn't change. He's always done that. A byproduct of this is his forearm and wrist are tilted over to his left. So his lower arm, his forearm and wrist are angled over to his left. His upper arm and his elbow are facing to his left as well. They're facing to the left of the basket at his set point here. Okay, the last part of Ant's shooting form, his release and follow through. I just showed you how at his set point, Ant's shooting elbow is facing to the left of the basket. And because he holds the ball in the middle of his body at his set point, his forearm is tilted over to his left too. From here, to shoot the ball, Ant snaps his wrist to the right as he extends his elbow. His elbow isn't changing directions, it's still facing left of the basket, but his wrist snaps to the right towards the basket. Look at the angle of his hand here. It's tilted right, aka towards the basket. You can see on his follow through how his fingers are pointing to the right. And as he releases, Edwards fully extends his shooting arm. Remember earlier when I was talking about the arc on his shot? Another factor that helps you get good arc is, well, shooting upwards more than forwards. And something that is a good indicator that you're shooting upwards is the height of your elbow on your release. The higher your elbow finishes when you shoot, the more arc you're going to get. The height of Ant's elbow on his release is inconsistent. Here's a shot where his elbow finishes pretty high, above his head, and he gets great arc. Here's another where his elbow finishes pretty low, and he shoots a flat shot. You can just see how as he releases, his elbow is going more forwards on this one, as opposed to the more upward motion of this one. On his follow through, Ant finishes with his palm and fingers curled, facing down towards the ground. And here's his fingers as they leave the ball. His thumb and pinky squeeze in, and his pointer, middle, and ring finger curl forward and push the ball. His middle finger, being the longest finger, leaves the ball last and gives it that final push. Earlier, I mentioned how Ant's fingers are spread on the ball to start. As he shoots, his fingers squeeze together. I know it's a little blurry, but see how close they are now? As for Ant's guide hand on his release, he has his guide hand on the side of the ball. And before his release, Ant very subtly removes his guide hand from the ball. He slightly flexes his guide hand back. So now, with his guide hand completely off the ball, he's free to shoot without any interference or influence from that guide hand. Okay, last thing with Ant's jumper, his eyes. After he shoots, Edwards keeps his eyes on the basket. He doesn't lift his eyes to track the ball or anything. His shooting stance, how he holds the ball, his shot pocket, lift path, set point, and release. These are the different pieces that make up the shooting form of Anthony Edwards. Hey, hope you enjoyed it and learned a thing or two. If you like this one, definitely check out some of my other shooting form breakdown videos, which I'll link to in the description. And if you'd like to support me in my channel, you can do so by becoming a channel member. Just hit that join button below this video or on my channel page to learn more. Your support helps me keep making more videos like this one, and you'll also unlock a few members only perks as well. Alright, that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.